for DACA the first round in 2012. I got approved. That gave me a chance to get an ID, get a social security, then later down the line apply for a driver's license and work.
I started realizing when I was 10 years old, when there was certain aspects that we couldn't do, or when my family would fear a knock on the door. And then when I was in the 8th grade, I really wanted to travel. And as I grew up, I wanted to get my license, work at a job. And that's when my family had to tell me that I couldn't do all of those things because of my citizenship. And that's when I started realizing what it meant to be undocumented. And when Obama announced in 2012 DACA, that's when I realized how important it was. It gave everyone the opportunity to be a part of this country. 3 times I've had to fill it out in the past 8 years that it's been.
Filing fee and postage, sending it out to the facility comes out to around $800 every 2 years. I only paid her $500, so that first time came out pretty expensive.
I would say about $2,000 because it also includes the lawyer fees, the fees that they charge us, and it has been increasing each year, sadly. It's more legal lingo, so there are a bunch of times that I have to call and ask the lawyer, like, is this okay? What do I say to this question? I don't really understand it. And she'll walk me through the steps. And then there is one portion of the application where you have to write about why you deserve DACA and all that you've done for the community. It could be someone's entire life on the line, their medical practice, law, even all the essential workers that are helping us out during the coronavirus. I wanted to be able to help people that were just like me in my situation in the future, and be able to use the law to help create a better place for DACA recipients and so many others that didn't qualify for DACA. DACA recipients pay millions in taxes. They pay in their application fee what essentially keeps the offices of immigration running with all the fees that they access through DACA, and they contribute to the economy. So they pay into Social Security, they pay into Medicaid, Medicare. So for DACA, you would have had to be in the United States by a certain time in July of 2011. So even if you arrived one day after, even though you were a minor when you arrived and you met all the age requirements, you could not qualify for DACA if you came to the United States even one day later. They essentially work their entire lives for a system that doesn't benefit them, but to help people. They are doctors, they're other healthcare workers, they're delivery personnel. They work all over the world in farms, factories, and they make the United States better because they believe it is their home. They grew up here. Many of them don't know anything about their country of origin, and they've devoted their whole life into a country that they hope will accept them.
When I've moved, what I do remember is just having those family trips down to the rivers, down to the waterfalls, but remembering people and their names. I have no idea who to talk to. I'm not even fluent in Spanish anymore. I have that broken Spanish. So how can I communicate with other people? son would have gone back to Mexico with me, which would suck because he would lose being with his dad and his paternal grandmother, grandfather, his uncles, his cousins, all that are born here or have green cards here, to go back to nothing back in Mexico. Well, because I live in San Francisco. San Francisco's it's a sanctuary city. So they're here for the immigrant community. As from what I've seen and heard from, for example, Reno, is that people are practically racist and against DACA recipients. So when I do go and visit my family out there, I'm like a little more like careful to how we're portrayed as Hispanics. The thing I would say about DACA and having people be against it is that most people that I know that are friends that have received DACA have joined the military force. A good percentage of military force, I would say, in my opinion, comes from DACA recipients. They're also here to contribute to society in a good way.